water's not draining in the sink. I think the tanks might be full. Rupert, what are we gonna do? Are your sinks backed up? Do your tank levels show full? Are you at an RV park that doesn't have sewer connections? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to empty your tanks when you don't have a sewer connection. Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Travel Paws RV. If this is your first time here, my name is David. This is my buddy Rupert, and I am a new solo RVer. Come on along as I learn the RV lifestyle, share tips and tricks along the way, adventure, mess up, but most importantly, live life now. So what do you do when you're at a campsite and you don't have a sewer connection? Most of the times you're gonna have to hook up the rig, drive it over to the dump station, empty your tanks, come back, put everything back out again. Who wants to do that? Enter the poop tank. RV waste disposal tank, also Blue Boy, I believe they go by. There's a couple different names out there. This one is a Camco 28-gallon tank. I got 28 gallons specifically because that is the size of my black tank, and I didn't want to have to empty half of it, go dump this, and then come back and do it again. One and done. That's all I want. All right, so what do you get with this Camco 28-gallon waste holding tank? You get a little bit of a hose that you can hook up to rinse the tank out. You get two 90-degree elbows, clear elbows, which is really nice. This one will fit into the park's sewer connection, and you get a little length of hose here to empty it. It does also come with two end caps and this extra handle here that you can use to hook to your golf cart or the hitch of your truck. There's also a spray clean out port that you can hook up your hose to it, and I guess it has like a little hose on the inside that will clean out the tank. This is how it hooks up to the hitch of your truck, and then you can drive it over to the dump station very slowly. Or if you have a golf cart, you can hook it up to the golf cart too. I've seen people do that. Okay, now that we went over the features of the poop cart, this is what we're going to use for today to go ahead and empty the tanks. We're going to use obviously the hose. We're going to use one 90-degree elbow, most importantly gloves. Oh, and by the way, these nitro gloves, I cannot stand these things. I have such a hard time getting these things on my hands. Leave me a comment below. What do you guys use? Is there something easier out there that goes on, maybe reusable? I also hate throwing all this stuff away. So yeah, side note, leave me a comment. What do y'all use? We're also going to use the other 90-degree elbow that fits into the sewer connection, but that I already have over by the clean out port. Something on this rig that I do not like is it actually has two dump stations. The one back here is for the black tank and the shower gray, and then it also has up in front another gray tank for the kitchen sink. I'm not a fan of that, but what am I going to do? It's just how it is. What I normally do is I empty the black tank first, flush the line with a little bit of the shower gray tank, and then go empty it. If the kitchen tank also needs to be done, I'll empty that next, and then go empty the cart, come back, empty the shower gray, and then you're done. That's actually what we're going to do today because all of my tanks are full. Okay, now that we have everything ready, we've got our hose, we've got our elbow, and we've got our gloves. Let's go ahead and put on these gloves, which I can't stand these things. Seriously, how do people use these things? Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this is as good as it's gonna get. So yeah, I cannot stand these gloves. Please, 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 please leave me a comment below. What do y'all use for gloves? There's gotta be something out there that is easier than this. Oh well, we are at least have something on our hands, so let's get to work. First thing I'm going to do is take off these little cappy things. Open this guy up. All right, now that we got the caps off, I usually go ahead and put one on here. And then I take off, make sure your valves are closed. Make sure, most importantly, you do not want to get hit in the face with a poop flood. Both valves are closed. I'm gonna take off the cap, put my 90 on, and then I'm gonna hook this guy up. Everything looks good. Open my vent. And then what I do, just to be on the safe side, is I pull the gray tank just for a second, just so I make sure that there's no leaks, nothing comes popping off. Looks good. Now I'm going to pull the black tank. And now we wait. One thing I am noticing here is that this seems to be a little bit higher than my valve, and I am on a little bit of slope, so I'm going to move the cart down that way a little bit. There. And I'll help it along. And we're still draining. All right, that seems to be about done. So I'm going to close the black tank now. Now I'm going to rinse out the hose with some gray water. And we're just going to let it drain a little bit here, make sure everything is stopped, which it looks like it has. So I usually unhook this. Oh, actually, there's still a little bit dripping down in there, so we'll give it a second. All right, so now I'm going to unhook this and drain out the hose. Then I can unhook it from the cart, and we'll put the cap back on it. Don't forget to close up the vent. We're going to need the hose over there at the sewer. Okay, now that everything is closed up, this has been closed back up again. This is closed up and the vent is sealed. You want to make sure that your side gate valve is closed as well. Now we're going to carry it over to the dump. Oh, just be aware, when this thing is full with the 28 gallons, it's going to weigh approximately 224 pounds. Keep that in mind. Oh, this is about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way full. Oh, this thing is not light. Rupert, why aren't you helping me? Help me! I'm so out of shape. Okay. All right, now that we're here at the dump station, we're just gonna get it close here. Okay. All right, so this is my clean out port at the RV park, which is actually my house. So let's take this off. I'm on septic, so screw this guy in. All right, that's about where it wants to go. All right, now we're gonna hook our hose up here. Sorry, I had to put you down, 2 hands. All right, we're hooked up here. I'm gonna undo this. Hook up to here. I did not need the 90 for over here because I've got one already. And now we're gonna dump. See if I can do this with one hand. And all I do is lift it and dump it. Don't forget to undo your vent and then we dump. Disconnect, go back, and repeat. I gotta tell y'all, it is 103, I think, here in Tampa, Florida today. Whew. It's really hot. In after dumping the black tank and then both gray tanks. Let's see what we got here. Black tank still shows some, but you know what, it's always done that. It's showing a third, but it's done that since I've got it, so probably just the sensors. Gray tank 1, which I think is the shower, not 100% sure, is now showing empty, and gray tank 2, kitchen, which is now showing empty, and the water's gone in the sink. Hey, future David here. I just realized that when I was editing this video that I lost one of the clips, so I am back to redo it. I hope this video helped some of you guys out. I know when I first started looking at RVs and looking at the state parks and the national parks, I'm kind of more of a state and national park guy myself. I noticed that especially in Florida, a lot of them don't have sewer hookups, and I thought to myself, what do you do then if you're there for an extended period of time and the tanks get full? How are you supposed to empty them? Do you have to hook everything up and then drag the whole camper down to the dump station and then come back, put it all back together again? That did not seem very convenient. And that's when I found the RV waste tanks, as you can see right back there. And then when I started researching those, I thought, well, that seems like it's got to be pretty easy. So I bought one, and it really is. Now, some of you may have avoided staying at places that did not have a sewer connection. I thought about it. Or maybe you have cut your trip from 7 days down to 3 for fear that the tanks would fill up. Well, now you know that you can empty them, and maybe you'll even start booking some of the sites or extending your stay. So I hoped you liked the video. I tried to make it as light and as fun as I possibly could. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and leave me a comment below. I think that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned at our next video. We're going to do, or I guess I'm going to do, because Rupert doesn't really do too much talking in any of these videos. I'm going to review an inexpensive tire pressure monitoring system that I bought for the camper. This camper doesn't have one, and everything that I've read, every video, all of y'all out there have said tire pressure monitor, tire pressure monitor. So I got one. So we're going to review that on the next video, and hopefully you'll come back and check it out. Until then, safe journeys. Bye.